Hey boys and girls, welcome back to Persona 5 Strikers. In the last episode, we secured our route to the treasure of the Ice-Cold Empress of the Frozen Throne of Sapporo's jail, as well as learned what has caused Mayor Mariko to turn into what she is today, taking all the blame for something that should have never even happened 2 years ago at the Winter Festival of Sapporo. An opposing candidate to Mayor Mariko decided to try and create a scandal in any way possible, so he could take her mayoral position, and he came up with the plan to bribe some of the construction staff for the Winter Festival to neglect their duties and do a rush job on anything connected to the festivities in general. And due to this scheme, an ice sculpture that was made for the special yearly tradition ended up completely crushing a little kid who was just trying to enjoy the winter-themed festivities, all because some absolute monster wanted to rather than do things the right way, he decided to destroy somebody's life in general and try and further his own goals to become the next mayor of Sapporo. And it seems like it didn't even work, because that was 2 years ago, and it seems like that guy still is yet to be mayor. So I guess it never ended up working for him. But definitely, it was definitely a big thing to learn about when it came to Mariko, since that is pretty bad, honestly. And honestly, taking the blame for something like that is pretty messed up, because honestly, the only thing she did was sign a legal documents, and when it comes to legal documents, a lot of them have fine prints that you can't see. A lot of these people like to put secret things in documents, and half the time nobody reads documents like that, so I'm pretty sure she didn't even know what was happening when it came to that construction paper. She thought she was just signing off on a normal thing, like, yeah, I want to do the Winter Festival, that's what we do every year. But instead, this one ended up being like, oh, we're going to cut costs on this, and we're going to do a rush job on it, and if you want this to be done the way that, like this is how we're going to do it. That's how the contract says. And it's pretty messed up. And although based on what it says that they weren't sure that was going to happen. But if that mayoral candidate was to do a bribe like that, and you'd think that he might have had something more to do with something like that. That doesn't seem right. It seems like there's much more speculation when it comes to that. But, with that being said, we're finally getting ready to send out the calling card. So, with that being said, honestly, only one thing left to do with Mayor Mariko. Send out the calling card, and try and take her desires, and fix the town of Sapporo once and for all. Alright, let's gather the hideouts. Yep, let's gather the hideouts, and prepare for whatever we may be doing here, since we already know that we're pretty much ready to do this now. But, send the calling card. Yeah, I'm ready anytime.
Haru, I take it we can leave this call's contents to you.
Oh, yeah. I want to show Mari-san how I feel personally. You want to rest while I get to writing. Tomorrow's a big day. Let's give it our all, guys.
Oh, seems like Haru's not doing too good, but late in the night. Huh. Oh, and we're actually outside of the camper van. Actually, where's the tent? Isn't the tent supposed to be on the camper? I just thought of that, unless nobody went to sleep yet.
Good evening, Spokes-kun. I'm sorry for the short notice, but could we meet up? I'd like to talk to you. If you have time, it would make me quite happy. I'll be waiting in front of the fountain.
Okay, of course. We'll definitely come and see you, Haru, so... Let's see her. Wrong way. Forgot you have to go outside the little gates here to get to there. But let's see her. She wants to meet us over by the fountain. Wonder what she wants to talk about. Before I go running over there, I'm gonna do this real quick. Just because, I can't get it in. I tried going for a free 4-leaf clover, but nope, still has... I actually don't know if you can actually get the 4-leaf clover, because it says you look for one, but I don't think you can actually get one. There might be actually a chance to do so. You might get like a big bond boost or something for it, but still have yet to find anything from it.
I'm sorry to call you out so late.
What's up? It's fine, I was worried about you. I was a little worried about you. So, what's up?
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, it's all good.
I wanted to talk to you about Mari-san.
Oh, yeah, what do you want to talk about?
It's strange. how I couldn't remember Mari-san until now. Even when Hasagawa said her name, it didn't quite occur to me who she was. But the moment she called me Haru-chan, suddenly it felt like a lid popped up, open in my mind, and my memories came pouring in. I remembered all these things about my childhood, about Mari-san. How could I forget someone I love so much?
That happens quite a lot. Happens to the best of us. Came out of nowhere, huh? Well, it happens to the best of us, honestly. So, it just happens.
I think what happened with my father affected me more than I realized. All the time we spent together, and the moment he's passed away, I must have suppressed those memories, deep within my heart. At some point, I got used to hiding things away, and I even forgot a good friend like Mari-san.
You did what you could. That must have been hard. Yeah, she was suppressing memories due to how painful, old memories of her father was. Makes sense. So, yeah, that must have been pretty hard, honestly.
Thanks for understanding. To be honest, I feel like I was running from the past again.
Well, honestly, it seems like you're doing pretty fine right now. You talked about it, and now you're understanding that there's... Honestly, the best thing we can do is help Mari-san in the best way possible that we know how, and that's to do a change of hearts. And hopefully, with the change of heart, we can actually get her to understand what she's doing wrong, and maybe even return to the old Mari-san that she was. You never know, honestly.
A long time ago, I remember tagging along with Mari-san and my father during a golfing trip. I was so happy running around, then I ended up tripping and falling. Then of course he started crying. And then all of a sudden Mari-san came up to me and said stop crying and get back up. That shocked me at first because I always thought of her as an extremely gentle person. But because I knew she was so kind, I managed to stop crying and eventually got back up. I remember thinking Mari-san could never say anything out of place. I trusted her completely. At that point, Mari-san hugged me and said, no matter how many times you fall, you can always get back up and start again. Never forget that. Can you believe it? I believe I didn't quite understand back then, but I think I do now. There's more to good character than kindness. Being good means dealing with the bad in front of you. It means to take a stand even when all you want to do is run away. To realize nothing will change if you keep ignoring reality.
That's actually pretty well put. You're right. You're strong, Haru. Don't be too hard on yourself. Oh, that sounds pretty right, honestly. Yeah, I guess you're right, Haru. So, what do you want to do about that? Since now that you know it, you know that, honestly, the best thing we can possibly do is, fix things the best way we know how.
It's too late to see my father, but it's not too late for Mari-san. This time I can change things around. I want to tell her exactly what she told me all those years ago.
Then let's change our hearts. Better rest up first. Yeah, then let's change our hearts. We got this.
Yes. Thank you for hearing me out.
Of course. We're friends after all. No reason not to make sure you're okay.
Tomorrow, I'm going to do my absolute best. But for now, good night.
Good night, Haru. But, there we go. We got all the resolve we need to take down Mariko for good, and hopefully fix things up here. It's late. I should rest up for tomorrow. Oh, guess it's not ready yet. Apparently Sophia's got something for us.
Hey, Sweeps.
Hey, Sophia. What's up?
Why is Haru so upset over Mariko Hiyota? I do have a heart, so it's hard to understand. Why do people try so hard for others? I wonder if I'll ever know.
Don't give up just yet. You will eventually. I feel you there. I honestly feel you there. It's hard to understand everybody.
Really? I guess even people have trouble emphasizing from time to time. It may even seem like a simple concept to you, but to me, it makes my mind go
That's just a glitch at that point, if that's how it's going.
But I am humanity's companion. I am here to learn and grow.
Well, that's pretty well put. That is what AIs do. They learn, they grow, and they try and become a better version of themselves until they're, fully complete. But here we go. Day of the calling card. And if Zenkiji did what he was supposed to, hopefully he actually put those calling cards up somewhere nearby. Good day, everyone. Are we ready to make Sapporo paradise as pure as snow? Then remember, on election day, please vote Mariko Hyoda. Oh, seems like something's going on. What is that? A calling card? Oh, looks like it's there. Oh, it's real. Oh, looks like Zenkichi did exactly what we told him to do. And thankfully, he's still going through with everything we've been telling him to do, thankfully. What's going on? I hope you like it, because, honestly, at this point, you're more than likely going to be probably getting really mad about it in a few seconds. And, oh, I actually just noticed something. On the sign there, it says August 20th. That's actually a pretty specific day. And if you guys know from previous series, that is indeed my birthday. So that's actually pretty funny that, that must be the election day, or entirely, how things are going, like, usually when campaigns start going like they are right now, usually it's right before election day. So that's pretty interesting. And I just noticed the second, one below her, the little poster is actually another mayoral candidate, probably. It's probably the guy that, we heard about from 2 years ago. If things are the same, you never know. It could be a completely different person, but it's definitely interesting, though. Mariko Hyoda, the false empress with a frozen heart. You are the cold manipulator who treats people as tools, to be discarded. We find this unforgivable, and will end your reign of abuse. In fact, we will take back the desires you stole this very night. This is... Yep, that's a calling card, so I hope you're ready for us, because we're going to be showing up anytime soon. Shadow Mariko. This is the first time we've actually seen her shadow, actually. The Phantom Thieves, and they say they're going to steal my desires. What a bald-faced lie. Those desires are mine and mine alone. As long as I'm the monarch, I won't let anyone stop me. Very well. I was just beginning to work up my appetites. I wonder what you'll taste like. Perhaps I should gobble you all up and find out. Please don't eat me. That doesn't sound like a good time at all. Why are you just standing there? Take these wretched things down. Oh, she's mad.
Wait for us, Mari-san. It'll be all over soon.
Let's begin the operation. Let's do this. Let's go. Yeah, it's time to begin the operation. Only one thing left for us to do here. Take down the Monarch once and for all, and save Sapporo. Or at least, save Sapporo the best we can possibly do, due to the fact that there is... Well, due to the fact that there definitely could still be some major corruption, based on what we learned in the last episode. But, that being said, only one place left to go. The Birdcage of Desires all the way at the castle. So, let's make our way over to the former government office. Let's go knock down that birdcage. And take those desires.
Let's go. We need to change Mari-san's hearts.
That's the first thing we need to do before we do anything else. So, here we go. We're here. What's our next move? Honestly, only one place to go. Up the chain, and up to the birdcage. Gotta like that they give you the chain to get straight to the place that we need to be at. That is very helpful, honestly. Because they could have made you just climb up the entire castle again if they really wanted to.
Look, Jupiter. I think you can climb up those chains.
Yep, seems that way indeed. So, we already know where we're going. Let's climb up the chain and make our way to the rooftop courtyard. And hopefully, get ready for whatever Mariko might throw at us, since she can definitely probably do some damage to us if we're not careful. So, Cage of Gluttony, here we come. And the thing about eating us still doesn't bode well for me, honestly. So I hope she really doesn't mean that.
Sorry about the wait. We're gonna kick your ass in. What?
Silent, impudent whelp. Huh. She looks a lot different than she does in the real world. Who the hell is she?
That couldn't be Mori-san. What on earth happened to her? I'm guessing this is Yodo's distorted form.
What do you people want? You had best not get in my way. I'm almost there. Only a few more votes and I'll win the re-election.
This is wrong, Mori-san. Those votes you gathered by twisting people's hearts are worthless. And if you don't stop your tyranny, your staff will collapse one by one. I get why it's hard for you to trust people, but you still have to treat them with decency.
You shut your impudent mouths. I've done nothing wrong. I will wring out every last ounce of corruption from my staff by working them into the ground. I'll silence all charlatans who betray me, and I will consume every last vote in the city, whether these people agree with me or not. Oh, so the food is kind of a reference to the votes. Oh, so that's why she's gluttony. But they changed the votes into food, which makes it a little bit different because of the fact that, you know, she didn't really seem like a glutton to begin with, to be honest, when it came to her character, but I guess it makes more sense now that, you know, so it is indeed following the same path. So the next one would be Wrath, then. Wonder who could be, what would Wrath look like in this game, to be honest. Just due to the fact that if we follow all the other ones, it would be Wrath next. And what I actually know is Wrath and Sloth, wasn't it? So, yeah, that's actually pretty interesting then. Because if they were doing the same, you know, like, you know, timeline scheme when it came to the 7 Deadly Sins, they would have to do both of them at the same time, or do them separately. That's actually interesting. Wonder which one would be next then, if it's out of those two. Only then I can build a safe haven, a radiant snow city that sparkles like winter. This isn't the way to do it. Are you happy living a lie? Release the desires you stole. Yeah. Are you happy living a lie? Let's see if that gets her attention.
This is Duem. When you take away someone's desires, you rob them of their agency, the ability to make their own decisions. So what good does it do to turn your loyal citizens into mindless drones? Isn't it better to let them arrive at their own conclusions, to follow their own hearts?
How dare you lecture me?
Get to our dumb wine and you tell her. Mori-san, say goodbye to the countless desires you stole. Because Beauty Thief and the Phantom Thieves are bound to take them back.
Honestly, they're all in my way. This is the last straw. You've made me so very hungry. Dinner time, and the main course is
Okay then, that one's very much different from the third boss from the last game, let's be honest here. When it came to gluttony in the very first Persona 5 game, Kaneshiro did not look anywhere near as monstrous as this thing. Wow. So she's completely distorted then, if that's the case. Because Kaneshiro was still kind of like, in reality a little bit, due to the fact that he only really turned into a fly, and he still basically kept his same, like, pretty much form. The only thing really changed with him was he got black hair, and he gained, like, fly eyes and some fly wings, and then his skin became purple when it came to, like, the differences between Kaneshiro and the Shadow. But this is definitely majorly different from what we saw with previous, versions of, distortions when it came to bosses. Because she's completely distorted if that's the case, that her Shadow's like this right now. Okay then.
Mori-san, what you're doing is wrong. So we'll be taking back those desires.
Shut your prissy little mouth. What would you know? I will consume all who oppress me, no matter who they are. No. Well, this might make more sense why she said she's gonna eat us. Well, what's with all the food? Kinda want some of that. I don't think you do.
Now's not the time to stuff your face. Let's commence our battle.
Yeah, let's be ready for anything this thing might try on us.
I can't tell Joker from there.
Okay, well, I think the best thing here is going to be to focus on any kind of fire weakness, since she's definitely probably going to more than likely have one, let's be honest here. But we do want to be careful, because you never know when this thing might throw her way, since the last few bosses have been pretty dangerous. Wait, is she blocking... Oh no. That's bad, actually, because, Ryuji can only use physical skills through this fight, then. Oh, okay then, so Ryuji was the worst possible thing that we could have brought into this. As well as Yusuke would have been really bad as well, but thankfully we do know that now, but we also know she's weak to, just in general, for when it comes to... Actually, she's weak to Psychic. Huh. So it would have been better to bring... I actually thought Fire would be good against the Snow boss, you would think, because of the fact that, you know, the whole palace, like prison up to this point was, you know, just in general, snow things, so you'd think that she would be ice-based, but apparently, well, she seems to be doing anything ice-based, but, why damn you? Why do you insist on standing in my way? Honestly, I don't want to see what you're going to charge up there, because whatever that was seemed dangerous, let's be honest there. It's a good thing we stopped her before she could do that, so it seems like Chandeliers is for that. But that makes a lot of sense, because that was something that we learned with the last boss when it came to Ongo.
Oh, the delay up there. What if he dropped it on the enemy?
Which, we actually already did that, so you're a little late there, Futaba, but that definitely does help, though. Well, I'm going to charge up something. We can actually use the car for attacking now, which is pretty cool. But you have to get rank 4 that ability in order to do it. Okay, so far so good though. We're doing good attacks on her at the moment. As long as we don't do anything that's... I don't want to waste the Chandeliers at all because of the fact that we know that she charges up some weird attack. So we want to be careful there, just in case, because we don't know what that's going to do if we let that happen. Ow. I tried to do that. Oh, no, not like this. Okay, well, so far it seems like you're doing pretty good against her. Compared to Ongo, we're definitely doing a little bit more in damage and being careful.
She's fully consumed with rage. I want to keep your guard up.
Yeah, definitely keep your guard up and then prepare for whatever she's charging up. I need everyone to get away from her so I can get her into a good spot. She just charged up something called Dinner Time, though. And there goes Ryuji.
Oh, did you eat somebody? We're gonna be very careful. Oh, drop the chandelier on her. Make her spit up from the impact.
Okay. I'll try that, but she needs to get away from the corner, though, in order for me to actually do that. Because she's in a weird spot.
Oh, only how clever you like that.
Okay, so if she tries to eat anybody, just drop that on top of her. Got it. That's smart. So just be careful when it comes to that, and then you'll be fine.
Oh man, that one looks tough. Be careful, everyone.
Okay, I'll try. So that's a big hit, so you don't want to get hit by that. Okay, good to know. But so far, she's definitely trying to do some dangerous things. We've definitely been pretty good. But we need to be careful just in case she does try anything, because we are running out of chandeliers now. So we don't want to, you know, worry about what happens if we don't have enough chandeliers for later. Hopefully if you break armor, you can get the chandeliers to open up. Oh, I don't want to get hit by that. So let's move around so Ryuji doesn't get hit by a bunch of Mabufulas. Okay, so far so good. Down goes Joker for a second, but he's pretty much fine. He just got stunned a little bit. But, well, that's happening there. Let's charge up a Showtime for Mariko, and hopefully knock her to the ground for a second just to get some free shield breaks and just some little bit of damage in general. Oh, I got a Master Art from that. Rebel Yell extends active time of toughness, increases the chance of reducing damage. Ooh, Okay, well, let's turn her jump toughness then. No reason not to if it blocks damage a little bit. Definitely pretty cool. Definitely useful, that's for sure. Okay, so far so good though. Sadly, she blocks my damage when it comes to anything, when it comes to just in general electric damage, but we still do damage normally, since he does a lot of physical damage just because that's what Ryuji does. So we're still good when it comes to everything else. Okay, let's go back into... Oh, actually, Morgana has a showtime. Let's just do that in general. I didn't even notice he had that charged up. Okay, Morgana and Zoro, I hope you like good old showtime to Mariko here. Because although it didn't seem like it did much, it definitely should help us for a second, just to keep her off of us. Because as long as she's not charging us with that... Let's see, is she next to one? It seems like she is. Hopefully it's close enough. Nope, it was not close enough. And we also have a blizzard. Okay.
Can you take the empty to Northwest? Go turning on before we're on freeze.
Yeah, probably a good thing.
The blizzard stopped.
Yeah, it did. When she's trying to charge up something, so let's get rid of that. Since she was trying to go for it, but thankfully she didn't get it. Because if she did get that, then probably would hurt. Let's be honest there. So far, we're doing really good. Uh-oh, she's charging up another one. I don't know if she can... how many times she can do that, and how you would break it. Because I honestly, due to the fact that she has another one and don't have another thing to get rid of that, I don't like the idea of that. But here we go, dinner time. And there goes Joker. Uh-oh. Oh, there goes Joker. That's not good. And I don't know how to get Joker out of that. But let's see here. We need to revive somebody. And honestly, On needs help. So if we want to do this, we need to be careful. So let's see here. Restores 30% HP. That's not what we need. We need, just in general, just heals. Because I do have ones that would, revive. Here we go. Fully revive somebody, rescue pill for 50%. 50% would be pretty good here. It looks like Joe kept all of his HP, so that's good to know. He's just stuck inside of her, and I don't know how to get him out. So, definitely an interesting predicament, that's for sure. I just want to make sure everybody's nice and healed before we do anything else with her, because if Joker's stuck in there, and I don't know how many times she can do that to people, we definitely want to be careful. And I think a Marikaja could be pretty good here, and then some 20 SP to everybody would also be pretty good. Okay, I think that should help a lot, hopefully. And I'm thinking maybe a Showtime might cancel that ability out. I don't know for sure, but it definitely might do so. Because you never know, it might actually work that way. But she's doing another freeze.
Look at the size of this blizzard. The monks must be really big. I'm done hiking the heater to the southeast. Head over there now. The blizzard stopped.
Yeah, it did. But, she still has, Joker in a spot that I don't know how to get him out of on the moment, but let's see here. I have the Soulful Jelly, so maybe we can get a Showtime here. We got one for free there, which is good. But hopefully we got enough for, hopefully, maybe it will break him out. I honestly don't know how we're gonna get Joker out of there, to be honest. Because Joker is where our actual strong damage is coming from. So, I hope he's okay. Because, there we go, so Showtime does break her out. That's good to know. Or maybe just because we got her halfway. But it seems like it did enough to get him out of there. Okay, so let's turn into Ryuji, maybe, I think? Maybe that'll be the best way of maybe having her take somebody out that does not need to be eaten. Because I need Joker to stay out. Just in general. Because if she's gonna eat somebody, I need it to not be somebody that, is actually gonna be able to do damage to her. Okay, we got her into shield breaking again. Mole, there's still more. I must eat every last one of you. How about no on that one? I don't want to be eaten, because, honestly, you're terrifying, but she's doing dinner time.
Please don't worry, son. This isn't you.
Seems like it is her at the moment.
Everyone watch out. Getting eaten's the last thing we want. Can we just do anything against the shield? Did you see anybody? Somebody help. Knocking it down should force somebody out.
Okay, so yeah, shield break is exactly what we want then. So you need to break through all the shields, or even just go for bureaucratic waltz. Okay, then that does not look like a fun ability to get hit by. Okay. So far so good though, we're doing decent. As long as we can break the shield, we should be able to get Ryuji back. Okay, go for a baton pass here. Hopefully get another combo in here, and hopefully get somebody out of her, because honestly, ow. Well, there goes on. Okay, so far so good though. Even though we have 2 knockdowns, it's not the worst case scenario, because they let you buy items like this for a reason. So, thankfully we're actually ready for a fight like this for anybody to go down, since honestly this is like a raid boss at that point. So, definitely a good situation, that's for sure. So, just make sure everybody's nice and healed. I think giving ourselves some more SP would probably be smart, because then we can maybe hopefully break good old Ryuji out of there. Because if we can knock him out, we can definitely help. And there we go, all-out attack now available. And as well, we got Ryuji back, so that'll also be helpful. But let's go for the all-out attack, just so we can do a little bit of damage to her to, drop some of that tankiness of her, since she has a lot of health, it seems. And it looks like we also got a showtime for her if she gets back up as well, so I'll definitely be ready for her. Okay, so far so good. Go for one of these, and then go for a showtime, just to, do a little bit of weakness damage on the shield. And then, the showtime will give us enough time to break through that shield for a baton pass. Okay, that actually did 400 damage, and it still wasn't enough to knock her out. I'm surprised about that one, but there we go, perfect. Okay, another shield break. Just keep doing as much damage as we can before she gets angry again. And then, honestly, from there, we should be fine. Okay, back out of that little attack there, since that probably would have hit for a boatload of damage if we actually got hit by that, who even knows. But thankfully we were careful though. Okay, we need a little bit more. We just gotta get through this final little section of HP. Do a Dormant Rush into a shield break. Thankfully it did do enough to break part of the shield. Okay. Ooh. I don't know what that did, but apparently it does a little bit of damage when it comes to the fact that it can actually make you dizzy. Huh. Interesting. Thankfully I didn't get hit by that, but poor Joker and Ryuji did. So I didn't know the full effects of that, but definitely seemed like it could be pretty bad if you got hit by that one. But down goes you, as long as we do a little bit more damage. And I'm surprised she's actually not out right now, to be honest. But Dorman Blast was enough. He knew this cannot be. If I fall, what kind of monster will take your place, I'm guessing? Good question. But I think we'll be fine. 4,000 experience and 23,000 money, not bad. But we got fire boost out of that, and that will definitely be helpful, since it is a, just in general, it is fire boost, so being able to do more fire damage is always good. Out of what we have, though, that is a good question. Well, Soul Thief is still useful, I guess. I don't really think we need Dekaja. Dekaja's really only good on bosses, to be completely honest, so I think we're fine with that one. So boosting our fire damage is probably better. So I think we'll be good with that. And then apparently Madarunda's next, so we can get rid of Virtual Runda. That's pretty good. Okay, cool. We'll take it. And we also got bottom level 28. I'll be taking that, because now we can get Avenger. Wait, not yet. I won't let it end this way. I need to wipe out all of Sapporo's injustice. How about no on that one?
Please stop. Haven't you done enough?
What?
You're a kind person, Mari-san. I know you've tried to shoulder all of this alone. That staff member who took bribes, the councilman who tried to set you up, even the girl who died in the accident. Each of these things beat you, and in order to make it stay where none of it could recur, you took action as you saw fit. Am I right?
Yeah, pretty much right. But let's see how she sees them. As the male, I know very well that little girl's death was ultimately my fault. But my staff betrayed me, all for their own insatiable greed. I thought I could leave that awful position behind. Unfortunately, it wasn't as simple as that. Had I gone, I'd only be replaced by greedy scum. That's why I never stepped down. In this world, it's either eat or be eaten, and with circumstances so cruel, I decided I'd be the one doing the eating. Even if every last one of my votes were false, at least I could use them to make the world a better place. But if I was replaced as mayor, who would be there to honor that little girl's memory? An innocent girl lost her life, yet I could do nothing to stop the evil still afoot. Well, it seems like you did a little bit about it. Seems like she forced the corrupt to, actually, confess to their crimes. So, based on what we know, because when we first got here, we heard about, corrupt officials turning themselves in and stuff like that. So, she more than likely got rid of a couple of the people that were actually corrupt. And, had them, atone in a way that, although it wasn't a change of heart, it was definitely, using her powers with the metaverse here, but it seems like she did a little bit when it came to that.
It's not too late to set this right. First you must tell the people everything that happens. Then you can get a fresh start, but this time on your own strength.
That would be impossible. I cooperated with those awful men to hide the truth. That way I could continue being mayor. There's nothing I can do. Oh. Huh. So that's what happened.
Stand up, Mariko Hyoda. Are you just going to stay knocked down? You are a kind and strong woman, not someone who collapses over mistakes. So stand up and hold your head up high, because no matter how many times you fall, you can always get back up and start again.
Isn't that?
Oh, yes. You said that to me a long time ago. Even if you told the people the truth about the incident, there are those who would still see the good in you. Don't let the position ruin you. Think back to what you stood for.
She's right, Mayor. You can't give up. If you tell everyone your side of things, they'll listen. Maybe. You never know.
When my father died, I felt like my heart was going to break. But thanks to the Phantom Days, I was able to stand strong and move forward. That's why I know you can too. Remember the part of you that taught me to get back up no matter how many times I fall.
Yes, you're right. Thank you, Haru-chan. At least we got her to understand that she's doing everything pretty much wrong here. And it seems like we might have done everything we could with the shadow for the time being. And you never know, maybe, maybe just maybe, we might have fixed things here. Because we're going based on everything we've seen with previous, interactions with palaces and things. Since you never know, honestly, with these places. Could always change in an instant. Because, like we found out, prisons and the palaces are very much different. So, definitely do need to be ready for anything that, if a change of heart doesn't take place from, doing the prison. But so far it seems like we have a good track record on that. So, it very much might be the same when it comes to that. But I think we've probably done this one perfectly, just like the last few. What I've done was wrong. I've drove my employees to the brink and used a strange power to manipulate the votes. I was driven by the personal agenda. I had lost sight of how I originally felt. And why I ran for mayor in the first place. To make a city beloved by everyone. To give back to the home where I was raised. That's the reason enough to take another stand. I won't make this mistake again. I never needed this power from the start. Oh, she threw away her crown. I think that's all we needed to know, that she's definitely changed for the better. Haru-chan, you've grown so much. Your father must be so happy in heaven. Based on what we knew about Mr. Akuma, we don't know if he would have ended up there if, everything with that is true when it comes to that, because we really don't. Ukuro really wasn't a good person for a lot of that, but he turned into a better person after we made him have a change of hearts. But from what we saw, he was a pretty nasty man when it came to before his change of hearts. So, but he seemed like he was a normal person before the actions that occurred before Persona and then led into the actions, in general when it came to his palace in general. So, that's actually a really good, interesting thing, because we never actually got to see Okumura change, other than, him showing up in Maruki's false reality, and, seeing that, well, false Okumura was definitely a pretty chill dude from the small interaction we got, and maybe, just maybe, that was the real version of him. So, who knows? But, there we go. Down goes Mariko, and down goes the Empress of the ice-cold frozen throne of Sapporo.
Mari-san, happy.
Good question. Oh, this place is collapsing. Let's go. Yeah, let's get out of here before the birdcage crushes us. But even though the birdcage is collapsing, the prison's still going to be staying up, just because of the fact that every single other prison is still up to this day, which is definitely not a good thing. And who even knows if we'll ever be able to get rid of them completely.
That took us quite a while.
Oh, Haru, you were fantastic.
You did great. That was cool. Job well done. Well, yeah, job well done. Good job, Haru.
It was only because you were all with me. But I do wonder if Mari-san will be okay.
I think so. I'd say so. Shadow disappeared like they always do.
Now your feelings definitely reached her. I'm sure her heart has changed for the better.
Yeah, hopefully so. It seems like it did.
I guess this wraps up this mission.
Seems like it.
We still need to confirm that the citizens are all back to normal. It'd be nice if we could just do that right away.
Can we grab something to eat first? I'm hungry. Enough to pass out here. Even food. What, do you want to get a bowl of ramen, bud? Honestly, I would join you on that one.
He has a point. Battles can't be fought on an empty stomach.
And you can't live without eating. So, definitely need to do that. Battle's already over, but still.
Hey, can we go try Kinku's Yukon? That's delicious lamb barbecue dish.
I've never had lamb before, but I've heard some people really like it. But, sounds interesting.
It must be that's a must in Hokkaido.
What? I thought we were finally getting lobster hot pot. You and your lobsters. You just reminded me of the Hawaii trip where he was... Or no, it was the beach trip where he got the lobsters. Where he was just walking around with the lobsters for half of the beach trip. In the original... in our last story, when it came to Persona 5's, main story. So, it's actually pretty interesting he brought up lobsters again after so long. Since when did we decide that? And why would we? When it's so damn hot out.
But if you think about it, in Kinku's Yukon, it's sort of like a hot pot.
I've never had hot pot, so it seems like it's basically soup. Or kind of like a, what do you call it? Basically just a soup, but more, thick, I guess, to it. Where it's got, a sauce. Kind of like if you put something inside, a crock pot, pretty much. And then had it cook over time. But hot pot seems like a faster version of a crock pot, pretty much. Unless it's pretty much... It could be the same thing in just a different name. But definitely interesting, though. I actually do have a couple places I could try it out if I really wanted to. But I'd have to get my mom to want to go there, though, in order to try it out. Since, obviously, it's better to go to places like restaurants with family, obviously, or just friends in general. So, don't want to go there by myself. And based on how we, in Persona 5, Yusuke said it's actually better to do it with a bigger group of people, because it's a better way of, bonding with people or something like that. So, it really would be cool to do, a big group of people trying it out, but... Honestly, still gotta try it out, honestly.
No way. Isn't it supposed to be barbecue? While cooking Jingusukan does require a utensil called a Jingusukan pots, and you can't barbecue in a pot.
That's interesting. So how is it barbecue? Then it really is hot pots? I still think it's barbecue. What about sukiyaki? Don't know what that is, so I'm not gonna say that one. But, then it really is a hot pot, I guess. Since it's cooked in a pot. So I guess it really is.
I figured as much. Then to lobster hot pot we go.
Why, what even is this conversation? It's pretty funny, though.
Hey, what does the smile system?
You have a great smile. I like seeing you happy. Yeah, you have a great smile, Haru. You need to smile more.
Yes, big Principal. His beauty face award-winning smile. I'm relieved too. I thought you might be weighed down by all that happened.
Indeed. She was so weighed down that she met up with our leader for a private midnight chat.
Why do you make it sound weird?
Were you watching?
Yep, seems like everyone else was. I can feel a strong bond with my friends. And based on the last one, we got Avengers, so we got Ammo Hoarder now. Increases all... Seems like we got more ammo when it comes to using our guns now. But, honestly, that definitely could come in handy for some characters.
Alright, Sophia. Find it the best Jingusukan in Sapporo.
Okay, Sophia, you got it? Oh, she doesn't seem like she's doing too good.
Sophia? Sorry, okay, I got it.
She seems kind of down in the dumps. Huh. Wonder what that... She looks sad, honestly. Wonder what's up with her. But, can't figure out unless she tells us, right? Did anyone see what happened with the mayor? Isn't the mayor's approval rating going down? Why was it supporting Kyoto again? Huh. There goes all of her support. Well, everyone seems pretty happy. Yeah, pretty much normal to me.
The fanatical support for Moriko Hyuga appears to have died down.
I'm glad they're back to their senses. What a drastic change. Just goes to show how powerful Monarch's influence can be.
Yep, seems like it indeed. Oh, hang on. I didn't even notice you weren't even here.
Hey, guess what? Hyodo-san's holding a press conference right now.
Oh, really? Okay, here we go.
Thank you all for taking your time to gather here today. Actually, there's something I've been meaning to share with everyone. As of today, I will be resigning from the office. I do not intend to seek re-election either.
Really? Huh. She's completely quitting as being a mayor. But how are you going to help people if you're not in a position of power, though?
During my time as mayor, I betrayed all of your trust. You may think of me as a mayor who's earned your trust, but in truth there is plenty that I am ashamed of. The snow sculpture that collapsed was built by an unscrupulous company that bribed one of my staff. In spite of my responsibility, I neglected to see the finer details, and went ahead with the construction. As a result, the sculpture ended up collapsing, and a girl's precious life was lost. Furthermore, I elected to cover up the truth, all so I could save my position. I've been garnering votes I didn't deserve in order to stay on as mayor. I betrayed everyone to protect myself, and I covered it up by allowing more wrongdoings. I'm among the guilty. The little girl, she died because of me.
Oh. Well, even though she really shouldn't take the blame for that, honestly, I don't think she should, because she wasn't the reason why that happened. I don't think a contract should be as legally binding as they really make them seem, because contracts can be very, 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 very sketchy, no matter what contract you sign. Half the time, nobody even reads the contracts, let's be honest here. So, yeah, I don't think it's fair to say she's fully at fault for signing off on a contract. Well, yes, she should read it. I do think there was probably some, definitely probably some things hidden inside the contract that if you didn't pay super, super close attention to, that you would notice right away, to be honest. And plus, why would you think that somebody would change the Winter Festival, which is something that happens very often during, or not very often, but it's a tradition in this town for them to do. Why would somebody change the contract for it to the point where it would be cheaper to make the Winter Festival? So normally I would think that normally you would sign off on it thinking, oh, okay, this is for the Winter Festival, we do this all the time. Okay, this should be fine. And you just sign it off and you're like, okay, here you go. And then, everything's fine. But I don't think it's really her fault at all when it comes to that one. Because this is something that happens all the time for the Winter Festival. And she probably just thought, hey, okay, well, we always do it, so here you go. Go set it up for us, since the town will definitely love it. So, there's definitely some loose ends that I feel like isn't really fair to call her out on that, because honestly, she really was never really at fault in my opinion, but she is doing what she should be doing, because the saying is, the captain always goes down with their ship, and the mayor basically is the captain of the town or city that they're taking care of. So, in a way, she should be doing this, even though she really shouldn't be, she shouldn't be taking the blame for it, in my opinion. But she is doing the right thing, though. As such, I will have the police reinvestigate the case and offer my full assistance. And again, I will drop out of the election and forfeit my position as mayor. So, that would mean the other person in the running is the only other person that can become mayor. Well, there goes her mayoral position then. Well, I guess it's for the best though, because she did technically take advantage of everybody with her power, and that's not a good thing, because you never know. When it comes to stuff like that, when you get a position of power, you become power hungry, so maybe it's for the best that she's not in a position of power, because she could start over maybe as a humanitarian or something like that, and actually, fix the problems that are going on when it comes to, stuff like that, since she's teaming up with the police to hopefully take down the, and all the corrupt people that were involved with that Snow Festival case. So, hopefully she, succeeds with that, because who knows if she got all of them.
It seems that Hyodo-san's made up her mind.
It seems like it. So, what now, guys?
I wonder if she'll be arrested.
I don't think so, honestly. No one else got arrested for Alice or Ongo. I don't know why they call him Nongo. I was thinking Natsumi and Ongo at the same time. But yeah, Ongo and Alice, I don't think got arrested. They got questioned, but I don't think they got arrested. So I think she'll be fine, I think.
Good question. Hyodo was afraid that if she was a mayor, she could protect her people.
She could have told the truth and made her underling take the blame, but she was concerned about other evils potentially lurking in the shadows.
I think this turned out for the best. Mari-san wouldn't hide her mistakes forever.
Probably true. It would probably be the case, based on, after the fact of a change of heart usually is the true personality of the person. So, it seemed like that would be indeed the case.
Zenkichi is on the line.
Oh, hey Zenkichi. What's up, bud?
Hey, you guys see Hyodo's press conference?
We did. That was all us. Problem solved. Yeah, we did. What about you?
Yep. You all did a bang-up job. Really can't thank you enough. They plan on bringing Hyodo as a key witness regarding the accident. Knew you'd want to analyze her phone too, so pulled a few strings, and now I'm a personal chauffeur, at least as far as the station. If you want, I can open up some time for you to talk to her. Just tell me where you want to meet.
Oh, that would be cool, to be actually able to talk to her, personally. I'm sorry. How could you ever forgive me, Kahu-chan? Oh, you actually get to see her after, everything. That's actually pretty cool.
Mari-san.
Hey, what's going on, Mariko?
Haru-chan. Listen, there was something wrong with me. It's like I was in a terrible dream.
I don't know when it was, that my heart grew so cold. But after what you told me, I remembered who I really was inside. When I became mayor, I wanted to protect the city and everyone in it, as if they were my own family. I remembered that feeling. Thanks to you, I've finally been able to confront myself, and I realized that I was doing a horrible disservice to that girl. I had lost sight of reality and began acting self-righteous. Nothing I did was for her sake.
But Mari-san, you were doing the best you could.
No, it's the truth. Had I not realized my mistake, I would have likely continued to hurt even more people. But that's not what Kaho-chan would have wanted. Probably true there. So let me say thank you, Haru-chan. Thank you for saving the city, for saving my family. Aw.
Mari-san,
Your father's recent passing must have caused you so much turmoil. I'm sorry I added to it, but if there's anything I can do for you in the future, any way I can be there, just ask me. I say this because you're a precious part of my family too. Aw. That's actually pretty nice. Because of the fact that, Haru doesn't have anybody anymore. All she has is her family. And then the one chairman that's now the chairman of the Big Bang Burger Corporation. But that's pretty much all she has outside of her friend group. So, actually having, someone outside of the friend group that's, kind of like a family figure is definitely really good for her, honestly. I'm actually pretty happy she finally got that again.
Thank you so much, Mari-san.
Oh, Haru-chan.
Oh,
I'm so happy for you, Haru. What's going on with Sophia? She's just staying as quiet as possible. I suppose you must get going, though I am concerned about the state of affairs I've left our city in. I'll leave it up to my successor. An arrogant wretch like me has no place being the mayor.
Does that mean you won't be involved in politics anymore?
Yes. I'm too ashamed to show my face in public, and at my age there are plenty of younger folks who can. Mayor. Aunt woman. Who's that? You're... No clue who that is. I saw the news. So you're resigning? And you're leaving politics for good? That's right. I promised to step down and never... You can't be serious. Resigning won't bring her back, in fact. It won't change a thing. Kaho, nothing can change what happened to my daughter. Still blaming her for that? One, she's not the only person at fault with that. Hey. Shouldn't we get in there? Yeah, we probably should.
Hold that for a moment.
So, you can't. You can't just run away. You need to start over and become our mayor again. What? When I was weeping with rage and grief, you stood there and cried with me. Instead of running away, you were there when I needed someone the most. I know your character more than anyone. Mom, thank you so much for sharing your heart with me. Then I promise to both you and your daughter, I will stand back up and become your mayor again. There's actually a nice, little reference to when it came to An and, Kamoshida. Because An did the same thing with Kamoshida, but when it came to Kamoshida was villain. So, she just told him you can't run from things and you need to go to jail for what you did. Instead of, he was planning on doing something much worse to himself. And An ended up making him stop and made him realize, hey, you know what, I really should atone for everything I've done and actually go to where I belong. Which was a nice place in the local prison of Shibuya, let's be honest. Because he deserved everywhere he went, let's be honest there. But Mariko, well, never really was a villain when it came down to it. And every other monarch we've ran into has been not villains. That's definitely different. Due to, past, palace rulers in the previous game. So, that is definitely interesting. So, wonder why it's all been people that weren't villains to begin with and just had, bad things happen, which ended up forcing them to become bad. Huh. That is definitely an interesting situation. But you never know. Maybe it's just the case that they wanted to do more, characters that were not villain characters, because they did a bunch of villain characters in the previous game. Because that was something they did do a couple times with Futaba and Saenijima, technically, even though she was technically a villain for most of it, but she was not really a villain. She was more like a rival character than a villain. So we had a rival for Saenijima, we had Futaba, which was never a villain ever, and we also had the fact that Maruki, although he was technically a rival, but he was never evil either. He was just misguided, and we just helped him understand that what he was doing was wrong. So, definitely interesting though, since everything has been people that haven't been real villains. That is definitely interesting.
Mari-san. I don't get it, folks.
You don't get it?
I know that this is a sad moment. Everyone is crying. And it also feels warm and clean. How do you describe this?
It's joy. This is happiness. Well, this is happiness, I guess.
I see. So that's why Haru helped Hyono to transform sadness into happiness. Recording valuable data. Sophia has learned happiness.
So now she's got another thing up her sleeves now. Starting to understand everything now, humanity's companion. That must have been the mom of the girl who passed away. Seems like it.
It seems like she really understood Kyoto's intentions. I'm so happy for you, Mari-san. She reminded me of what Haru said in jail. Seems that Maru killed Hyoda like that. Hey, that was a tender moment. There's no need to reenact it.
But it was a nice thing to hear.
Yeah, but you played it so cool back there. It really touched my heart.
Well played, Beauty Thief. You were more cute than cool. Well played, Beauty Thief. You earned your nickname.
Could you please forget it already?
Nope, doesn't seem like it. You're gonna be, you actually earned your title, though, since she definitely became Beauty Thief that day. Since she single-handedly stole, Mariko Hyoda's heart with her speech to her, so good job on you, Haru.
Well, we solved the problem in Sapporo. The question now is, what comes next? It doesn't seem like we'll be making much progress until Zenkichi gets back. Should we do some sightseeing while we wait? Though it's kinda late, I guess. At this hour, I would recommend the Ferris wheel over in Suseshino. Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe you should go invite someone to come along.
Definitely should. But let's double check on teammates. Is everyone hiding out in the main area? Seems like it. Okay, so we don't need to go to the other area to get to them. Because we also got that bond point, I want to spend that real quick. Just because of the fact, and also I want to look at this ammo hoarder thing. Increases ammo count for all party members based on the gun type. Okay. That's actually pretty good on certain ones, like Yusuke with a sniper rifle is pretty good. When you have, because you can change the modes on it. One is an armor breaking mode, and one is just a general sniping mode. So, definitely pretty cool. But definitely like the idea of Avenger here. Evading an enemy attack can grant much stronger counterattacks, but also can trigger on an auto-evade, and can also flinch, and also does a lot of damage. Definitely pretty good. I'll definitely take it. So let's get that maxed out. And I was actually not really sure if it was going to be 3 max, but that's good to know that it is a 3 max. We'll definitely take that, since that'll help us in the future. And then I guess we can get Master Chef, I guess, because this can actually be helpful for just in general, since we can make some better food types, which are really good when it comes to actual healing, because that's where most of our healing is coming from when it comes to that kind of stuff. But let's go see the rest of our team. Pick a partner for the Ferris wheel. Can I talk to them normally before doing that?
There's nothing to do till Zenkichi gets back. You got any plans? Are you gonna ride the Ferris wheel with Futaba?
I'll ask someone else, so we got to choose somebody. That's a good question, honestly. Well, first, I want to see if we can do the Nope, okay. It was worth a shot. So it looks like we can either go with the guys or any of the girls. Okay. Well, because of the fact that the dudes are the dudes, let's hang out with Ryuji and Yusuke, I think. I think that would be fun. Because the person that we had in the original game isn't in this game. So, we're gonna still play it like we're still with Samurai / Kazumi. And, honestly, we're gonna play it like that. I think that would be the best. And maybe we'll change it up every now and then, but I think this is more of a romantic event, if I'm remembering correctly, so it would be kind of weird since we're technically playing this off like we're playing off a Royal, since even though it's technically based on Persona 5 original, I am playing it based on like we played Royal, in a way. So, honestly, yeah, let's do the dudes. That sounds like a fun time. Yo, is Gramps back yet?
It would be nice if we could look around the city in the meantime. What are your plans right now?
Are you gonna ride the Ferris wheel, together with these dudes?
Hey, ride on the Ferris wheel with just the guys. I feel like our bonds will grow stronger. Well, let's do it. No reason not to hang out with Yusuke and Ryuji, since it's a double event technically. There's the Ferris wheel. Where at?
That does sound fun. Lead the way.
Okay, let's go head out to the Ferris wheel with all the guys, including Morgana. It literally is all the guys. That's pretty cool. So, why a bunch of dudes riding the Ferris wheel together?
That's my line.
I certainly don't mind. Look how beautiful the view is at night.
What a precious moment. I think I'm gonna cry. I know, I was bored. The third option's funny. Well, what a precious moment. Yeah, hanging out with everybody. What does that matter?
Oh, I'm supposed to be soaking up this romantic view with the neon.
Not gonna happen, buddy. We'll be honest there. That's never gonna happen.
Is a Ferris wheel an unsuitable location for nighttime?
No, I think it's fine. I've been with my best bro in here before, inside a Ferris wheel before, so I don't think it's... Honestly, I've never seen Ferris wheels as romantic things, but I guess it could be. It makes sense if you're with, like, your girlfriend or your boyfriend, or just in general, just somebody you like. It definitely seems like it could be a romantic thing. I've never done it personally with somebody that I've liked, because, I'll be honest, I've only had one relationship, and that was an online one, and I haven't really went back into a relationship after that, mostly because I'm more focusing on school and everything, and doing this as my, for my hobby and stuff. And honestly, I've been having a good time, and I haven't really thought about doing anything relationship-wise. Maybe after, like, I'm done with school and I have a little bit more time and everything, maybe then. But for the time being, honestly, I'm just having fun, just enjoying my, my time in general with you guys, and just with life in general. So, honestly, I can definitely see this being a romantic thing, but I think you can also hang out with the dudes, as long as you got, like, a good group of friends. But apparently Ryuji doesn't seem to like it at all, even though you'd think he would. I mean, there's no laws about it, but it's a real blow to a guy's ego. Okay, I don't see anything wrong, but okay.
Riding a Ferris wheel can be a pain a man. The heart sounds incredibly complicated.
Dude, wouldn't you rather do this with someone you're into? Well, they're not here, so sorry, buddy.
Now's not the time for such frivolous matters. We have a case to solve.
And I already know who I'm destined to be with. I'm like a whiny child of Ryuji.
He probably knows somebody. Wonder when I'll meet my soulmates. Oh, poor dude hasn't found anybody. I thought he would, honestly, at this point, just due to how Ryuji and An's reactions were. Because it actually seemed like they actually got along pretty well outside of friend interactions, just in general. Like, there were some interactions in the story for Royal and the original Persona game for Persona 5. They had some pretty cool interactions between each other that actually made it seem like they might actually have some kind of liking outside of friendship. Just, it's something you can notice if you're paying really close attention to it. But, honestly, I can see Ryuji ending up just, being himself, and who even knows who would end up ending up with them. But I definitely did notice some interactions with On that definitely made them seem like a decent pair, to be honest.
Well, whatever. You guys better tell me if, any of you get a girlfriend, okay?
Well, I promise. Oh, no way? Oh, sorry. Let's go with this one, because it's true. Sorry about that one. That already happened, but...
Oh, no way. Don't tell me already.
Yep.
Part of a man, and another mystery has been added to the list. Lady On, I wish you were here.
That was a funny interaction. Yusuke was the only one that had fun other than Joker. Well, Sophie had a fun time, it seemed, but poor Ryuji and Morgana had the worst possible time there. I'm sorry, dudes. We enjoyed the Sapporo evening view together. Got a little bit of bond points, but that's decent enough.
So let's talk to Yuta. Nothing new came out of it. All she explained is that she could control whoever had her as a friend on him.
So same thing as before. So we're back to square one. That's unfortunate. What about her phone? Yeah, pretty much back to square one then. Dang.
Come on. Don't give me that look. You're right, at least you got her smartphone.
We don't even know if that's going to give us anything. Based on the other smartphones, literally the only thing we got was somebody was stalking their phones, and we don't even know if it was the same person.
Now that's what I want to see.
Hopefully Futaba can find something useful on it. And if it is literally the same thing, that would be very strange.
After reviewing the facts, I've just about confirmed that. Each of those so-called incidents, I think they all stem from a mastermind.
Huh. Oh, I'm curious as to why you think so.
Kyoto, Natsumi, and Alice. All three were changing people's hearts to do bad things. But deep down, none of them were truly evil. At the very least, they're not the same as the rulers who distorted reality for their own sakes and ended up spawning palaces.
I've been considering that as well. Full Natsume no sight was writing. He was diligently working towards his own dreams.
Alice too. She was doing her very best to be a ray of light and hope for others. Mori-san was also striving for the betterment of everyone in Sapporo. Right. They are different from the criminal scum like Kamoshida and Madarame, who acted only for their own benefits.
Okay, but how does a handful of not-so-evil monarchs prove there's a mastermind behind all of this?
The fact that the jails are fundamentally different from palaces provides us a big clue. For starters, jails don't have treasures for the taking. All we found are people's stolen desires. That means monarchs don't have twisted enough wills to reshape reality to form treasures.
True. That actually makes a lot more sense then. Why there hasn't been treasures. Although there were treasured stolen desires, they weren't real treasures. Huh. That is actually very, very insightful, actually, Morgana. Thanks. That's actually... Huh. I actually didn't put two and two together there. Because I thought more of the fact that, they treasured the stolen desires to the point where it became their treasure. That's how I thought of it. But that is pretty much true, yeah. Huh.
Which would mean the jails aren't created. The monarchs themselves, by the monarchs themselves. Someone else must be doing the creating.
Yeah, but who, though?
Our final clue is the locks on all those bird cages. In order to get the monarch, we've always had to unlock a door that denies us passage. I thought this was a security measure designed to protect the monarch, and desires held within. But if that were the case, why would the traumatic memories the monarch would rather erase be the key to unlocking it?
True. Yeah. Why would their own trauma be the way of opening their... Yeah, that is weird. Because the birdcage is basically opening up their hearts. Because you can see the birdcage as a heart. So, going through the trauma and unlocking the trauma opens up the hearts, which then allows us to go and see the monarch. Interesting. Well, Ango wasn't specifically locked off to us, because we could see him well, we saw him third person, but we didn't see Hyodo until we actually met her. But that was more for the reason to show us that, you know, she was very much gluttonous compared to herself on the outside. But definitely interesting, though.
Given that these are cognitive worlds, maybe it means monarchs think their trauma will protect them.
I don't think so.
I find that rather odd. If anything, I would think it's the other way around.
Correct. What if it is the other way around? Why would a door like that exist?
To keep the monarch confined, to keep the monarch out, to make the monarch feel safe, to keep the monarch inside? That sounds like that would make the same sense.
Right. I think so too. But if that door isn't to keep intruders out, but to trap the monarchs in?
That would make sense. So somebody's trapping these people inside their own hearts then, if there is a mastermind behind it. That's pretty terrifying, because that means anybody could be trapped inside their own heart and then twisted into being a monarch. And then, you know, taking over any city they live in. Huh. That's pretty creepy.
You mean they're trapped?
The monarchs are the ones in charge.
Think about it. What about what would happen if a monarch tried leaving their cage? They touch the door, and then they hear the voices of their trauma.
True, so they would see the same thing we would. Oh, that is actually very, that makes a lot more sense. Huh.
Exactly. They'll remember what made them so warped in the first place, and stick to their guns as a monarch. And thus the cycle continues unbroken. The monarchs really are birds in a cage.
Which would make sense why it's a bird cage. Huh. And then it makes even more sense why they're called prisons / jails. Okay, so things are starting to make a lot more sense then. And that's why they're not palaces. Even though they have had a sort of castle at the end of every single one we've been to, which would be what you would think would be the palace. But, yeah, that is interesting though. Huh. Wow. Definitely a lot more in depth of what the palaces were in the original game. But the palaces were also kind of like that in a way too. But they were more willing to, you know, become palace rulers when it came to them. Because they were already twisted to begin with. But these people were forcefully twisted because of events that happened to them. Huh.
From that perspective, the shadows protecting the keys inside the trauma cell hold a far more sinister purpose. They aren't there to prevent the monarch's trauma from being discovered. They're wardens guarding an elaborate system to ensure the monarch's imprisonment. Let me get this straight. You're basically saying these monarchs are being manipulated, and by virtue of that, there's somebody doing the manipulating.
Well, pretty much.
How's Hyodo-san's smartphone looking? Nothing's wrong with their phone or the Emma installed, but I did find traces of surveillance.
Another stalker? That's really weird. 3 times in a row on 3 different monarchs is definitely not a coincidence now. Who's surveillancing them then?
I'll bet it's the same sniper we keep running into. Do I lost it to who it might be?
So this observer and our mastermind might just be one and the same. Anyone have any guesses?
Nah, no clue.
Our first suspect is Medivh, the company in charge of Emma. Since you can't go into jails without Emma, I can't write it off as a mere coincidence.
True. Emma definitely... Medivh definitely seems very suspicious. But who even knows if they're even involved?
Huh, decent. Too bad we can't just storm their headquarters.
Yeah, true.
You mean the cops can't actually do that? Oh, of course not. How would we even put a warrant on them? By saying they go around turning people into monarchs?
True. That wouldn't really work.
Speaks. You have a call from Inosi.
Oh, hey. It's good to hear from her again.
Hi there. Sorry for the relative lapse in communication. but I did turn up some info that I thought you guys might like to know. So I've been looking into Emma all this time, and I still have yet to find any differences between her past and present versions. I mean, this is a state-of-the-art tech. No, not something just anybody can pry open and take a look inside. And then I took a peek at Emma's changelog. That's where things got interesting. It seems Emma was transported to Okinawa at some point after I sold her to Medivh.
Okinawa? That's interesting. Why there? Or why is that important? Yeah, why Okinawa? That's an interesting place. So they took it somewhere... just took it to a town out of nowhere? Or even if it is a town, where would Okinawa be? I'm trying to think of where that would be.
Guess exactly. Why was the first thing that popped into my head? So I dug around some more, and I found out that off the coast of Okinawa is the island of Kokujima. Medivh apparently has a research lab.
Huh. So they brought in pretty much... Well, even though it's off-site, it's still close to the research lab. It's interesting.
Oddly enough, its existence is unknown to the public, and when I called to ask for records, nothing came up. Basically, they're running a secret research lab. How crazy is that? So if Emma's been altered in any way, I would think it had to have been done on that island.
Huh. Well, that would make sense, so we should probably check out that island if we ever get the chance.
Well guys, wasn't I a super stellar source of information?
You saved us? Well done. Yeah, keep it up. Well done. Thanks, Ichinose.
Oh, is that praise I hear? You mean I did a good job? Woohoo, go me. Well, guess it's bye for now, Phantom Thieves. Please regale me with tales of your adventures another time.
Of course. We'll definitely let you know about some tales if you ever want to.
So what did Ichinose say?
Something about, Okinawa. Why? That is really weird. A random island out in the middle of the ocean? It's weird. Why bring, AI there? And it makes sense because of maybe the research lab, but that's weird, though. And no information is about it anywhere, apparently. That's odd. Very, very odd.
Okinawa? Crystal clear waters.
I like how everyone's just like, oh, Okinawa?
Jesus statues. Juicy pineapples.
Pineapples? Shinsuko cookies. Okinawa soba or sugarcane? Sugarcane. Yay! That's not what I was expecting. I was going with that one since I knew what sugarcane was, but I didn't really know what soba was. I think that's a type of food, but yeah, I really don't know what soba is, so I'll go with the sugarcane. We're going Minecraft, boys.
Guys, can you step out of it?
If it's an unregistered facility, we can always say we're conducting a field survey. Then we can ensure their cooperation. We may even need to find proper evidence that can be used in court, or may be well worth going. The Kokujima is a bit far from Okinawa mainlands. Then I guess we'd have to go by plane.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Wait, what about our precious Feathermobile? We're taking it all the way this way.
Feathermobile? We named it? That's what you're naming this thing.
Plus, you said it'd be dangerous using public transportation.
Yeah, he did say that. So why can we go on a plane then? Even so, wouldn't it be too complicated to try and reach Okinawa by call? True.
Give me a second.
Oh, he's getting a call.
Hey, what's up? Yeah. Of course I'm aware. I also have a job to do, Who's he even talking to? Why would I lie? I'm being honest, I swear. Of course, I remember thing is I'm a little, well... Oh.
Who's that?
Oh, you got hung up on.
Yep. Huh. Okay then. Whoever it was, they didn't seem happy.
Okay, guys. Plane's a no-go. We're driving.
Huh? I guess we're driving then. Okay then. You mean we're all going all the way to Okinawa by car?
The thing is, I need to make a stop along the way, so we'll be heading to Kyoto first.
Kyoto? Why there?
Did you say Kyoto?
Why Kyoto? What's this all about? Yeah, why Kyoto, all of a sudden?
Yeah, I primarily work for the Kyoto Police Department. Thought I'd take a moment to catch up with Shirito, cop stuff. After that, we head to Kobe. We can take a direct ferry to Okinawa from there. Then on to cut down on time.
Makes sense, I guess. And ferries usually can carry cars, I'm pretty sure, so that'll also help us there.
But that's still quite a distance even to Kyoto.
Not to worry. I'll do the driving.
Oh, well that helps.
You're tagging along? Wait, am I to believe that Nijuma's been doing all the driving? Huh, Kumra, thought you'd already had your license.
Based on what Makoto was saying, she doesn't trust Haru to even drive in the first place. So I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon.
I do have it, it's just I don't have much experience behind the wheel. Plus Haru's driving is not exactly,
Huh, well in any case, taking off immediately.
Oh, okay.
If you're leaving from here, we'll need to take the Hoku-Kiriku Expressway. The estimated travel time will be...
About 21 hours, give or take.
Is that right? Oh, wow. Dang. That's pretty good, Zenkichi.
The answer is correct.
21 hours? Are you nuts? Oh, you forget I'm an officer of the law. We're badass at driving.
So you're gonna be speeding? This doesn't sound like a good idea.
Once with him, all of a sudden, it's like he lit a fire under his ass.
I guess so. Fine by me, so long as I can visit Kyoto at last. So apparently he wanted to go there for quite some time. Well, I guess he gets to do some fun.
There goes Narubi, feeling his true colors.
Ready when you are, drive safe, pedal to the metal. Well, pedal to the metal, I guess.
Alright, let's hit the road. I'll get you rascals there in record time.
Okay. Well, I'm not ready to really leave yet, but okay, thankfully it let me leave before heading out entirely, so that's good to know.
Oh, it's been a wild ride, but now we're even closer to the truth. Let's head out as soon as we're ready. Make sure you leave nothing undone.
True there. Let's see here. Should we leave the rest of our team for the next episode, or should we finish up loose ends here? I know it's getting late already in the episode. Yeah, it probably would be better to do this in the next episode, just because it is getting pretty late in this one, because I wanted to do that Ferris wheel and it ended up being a little bit longer than I thought it would be. So, it might do it that way. Let's see if we can get a 4-leaf clover, just to see if it will happen. Because I still would get to get one even if you can, so might as well see if you can. Nope, nothing. But I did get some bond points out of it, so let's swing out that. But that being said, we are officially heading into our next location, and apparently we're going to be going to Okinawa. First, we're going to Kyoto. Don't know if there's going to be a palace in Kyoto, but you never know. And with the fact that we are going to Okinawa, there could be a palace there as well. So, with the fact that who even knows what's going to end up happening in the next few, like, stories of our adventure, honestly, anything could possibly happen in this one. But, with that being said, in the next episode we will be heading out to Kyoto, and maybe even making our way to Okinawa, based on, you never know, who even knows how long we're really going to be in Kyoto for. So, with that being said, thank you all for watching today's episode, have a wonderful rest of your day, keep being spooky, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out. Hey boys and girls, thank you all for watching today's episode. If you liked what you saw today, please leave a like and maybe even subscribe. And hit the bell notification down below. If you guys have any kind of suggestions for games, please put that in the comments down below as well. Thank you all for watching today's episode, and keep being spooky. Peace out, guys.